Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Yuri here, basically back for another video on the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing a topic that has to do with Hypixel and their failure for their recent tournament. If you guys didn't know, they released a Wool Wars tournament. This was something that I even was aware of when I was streaming a couple days back, and it was on this channel. So if you guys want to tune into some of the live streams, just make sure to have post notifications on and subscribe. But anyways, basically this tournament was broadcasted across the whole Hypixel network. It was in chat for multiple days. I believe the tournament was supposed to commence on the 27th, I believe, something like that. I could be wrong. I'll put a text on the screen to show the correction if I'm wrong. But I remember seeing it in the broadcast all the time across the Hypixel network. But the real question everybody's asking is what went wrong. And a lot of people don't know what went wrong, and we're gonna basically kind of dive into what happened and why this tournament failed from the beginning, and kind of give my own opinion on the matter, on if this was if this end result was fair, because I know that's up for debate for a lot of people right now, especially people who have participated in the tournament. But yeah, so we're going to be reading a forum post by the admin on Hypixel named Connor Linfoot, and basically we're going to be digesting it and making it the biggest premise for this video, because that's basically what this is all about, is this forum post and people's opinion on the outcome of the event. So we're going to get just straight into it. Alright, so here is the Connor Linfoot forum post. Obviously he's an admin on Hypixel, and here's the website right here. And basically he starts off with, in the forum post with, "Hello, we've taken the difficult decision to cancel the Wool Wars 4v4 tournament that was hosted over the weekend due to a matchmaking issue that was active for the first 22 hours of the tournament. Many players that have played games that did not result in a fair outcome. Once we became aware of this issue, we fixed it as soon as possible and started discussing plans on how we could try and correct any inflated points due to this issue. We originally settled on attempting to rebuild the data based on the points earned from each individual game throughout the tournament. However, after spending all of today working on pulling the data required from our server logs and being able to rebuild these points, we realized that even with this, we would still lose a lot of integrity in the standings due to players and all types of skill being randomly put against each other, as well as a lot of players being tied at the top of the leaderboard." So basically what they are talking about was they had a matchmaking issue. Sorry, my English sucks today. But basically they had a matchmaking issue where people that started in starter bracket, which would be like, even when they had like 0 tournament points or anything, they'd get placed in brackets with grandmasters. And in my opinion on this whole part of it, I think when it comes down to what they were trying to do to make it so it seemed fair for a lot of the players, they kind of missed the mark, only just because, you got to think of it this way. Well, at least I feel like people missed the mark whenever they made opinions about this forum post, and their decision on canceling it was because you got people who competed in starter bracket against grandmasters, and say you won those games. A lot of people are probably not going to be very privy to that decision, of them basically mocking it down, like as if you didn't win against a grandmaster. Like if you win against someone that's at the top of the game or at the top of the tournament, someone on the leaderboards or something, you're going to want to get fair compensation for that. And I think that's where the issue kind of comes in here with a lot of the player base, because if this was a big issue, especially for 22 hours of the tournament, then obviously there's going to be a lot of differences in what's going on. But yeah, a lot of people are tending to forget that Hypixel is a business, and at the end of the day, and that they got to keep their reputation pretty solid. And since this whole thing happened, and obviously a lot of people are going to be very upset about it, people also forget that they're a business, and if they didn't cancel it, then there's 2 ways they could have gone about this. One, they canceled it, which obviously made a lot of people upset. A little bit of a lot of people got a little quite upset about it, mainly because of the people who did participate in said tournament. And then another thing, I think also a lot of people don't realize that if they would have kept this tournament going and people were having this issue to begin with, there's a video I'm going to be linking below from Pumpkins, who did a pretty good video that established his opinion on it. Obviously, I did not participate in the tournament, so I don't have any forefront of opinion or anything compared to anybody else. So he participated in the tournament, so I'm gonna link him down below. He has a pretty good opinion on the subject. But yeah, they basically, I don't know, I feel like they would have gotten a lot more backlash had they have let it go on, because obviously you would have had people in the top 10 or 30 that shouldn't have been there, only based on the fact that they got starters, or I don't know if the issue extends to if it was only lower brackets getting higher bracket players, or if it was higher bracket players getting lower players. And I feel like that, especially if higher bracket to lower bracket was a big issue, especially with you're getting paired against each other, it's kind of unfair, especially for tournament standing. So them canceling it, in my opinion, from an outside perspective, it doesn't seem that bad. Obviously, it's sad for a lot of people, in my opinion, that probably put a lot of time into this. And I want to try and get back into these tournaments and whatnot, so I might be trying to participate in the next one if they do one. But some people also kind of pointed out that they only host one of these tournaments every 5 months, so it's kind of hard for a lot of people to kind of forgive Hypixel for this, because obviously it's a big issue on their end, and it shouldn't have been an issue, especially with all the time and preparation they should have had for the tournament coming up. It shouldn't have been just they announced it, it started, and then they found the issue. A lot of people should have been testing it and whatnot in the background. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna link the Pumpkins video in the description along with this forum post. If you guys want to go ahead and read it, feel free, formulate your own opinions. I'd like to hear them in the comment section below. And hopefully you guys had a wonderful day, and peace.